Hi guys, today I have my fourth update for my Project Polish 2017. Please excuse my look, I just came back from outside. It's already towards the evening and I know I'm like super oily and shiny, but this is just the reality. You can tell that I am filming in a different location now. My daughter fell asleep in the room that I usually film, so I don't want to wake her up or anything. So I just came out to my living room and my daughter's Minnie Mouse is there. Say hi. Anyways, let me show you the polishes. Usually I keep my project polish updates pretty short, but today I think it's gonna get a little longer because I have a lot of polishes, a lot of changes that's happening in this update. So I would try to hurry and show you everything, but I do have a little bit of a backstory to tell on a few polishes. So let's get started. Actually, in the last month, I was able to finish 2 polishes, which is really amazing. The first polish I was able to finish is Zoya Brittany. This is a sample size and it's a satin finish. So I finished that pretty early in the month, and this is a swatch of it. You can see right here. So it's a lighter nude shade. I really enjoy the color and the formula, but I really just wanted to finish something in my project so that way I will have a little bit more motivation, and I figured this one is the smallest bottle. I have the least products left in this bottle, so I just decided to finish it, and that's where I was last update, and I finished it all the way. It didn't really take me too much effort, and I really miss the color now. We will see, maybe later on I will add a color that's similar to this. You'll have to excuse my nail. I just chipped the polish right there. You can see the tip, and also I smudged some other polishes on top of this when I was playing with them. Anyways, it's a whole mess, but I probably should paint them tonight or maybe tomorrow morning. Anyways, the second polish I was able to finish is from Ginger and Lids. This one is also a sample size, but they actually call it the skinnies. So I think those kind of bottle shapes, they're not really sample sizes, they're just kind of like a different line from this brand. Anyways, the color is Happy Wife, Happy Life. I do really enjoy this shade. It's a metallic lilac shade and it's just glittery. And you definitely could use this on its own. I actually never use it as a topper. It wouldn't work as a topper, I don't think. It's really dense and opaque. I used 2 coats of this. And those are my progress lines. There is where I was last time and I finished it all. Actually, even though it seems like there's a whole lot of polish left in here, but it's just all that glitters, they got stuck on the side of the bottle, and I put a ton of thinner inside, it just wouldn't come out anymore. I even kept it upside down for overnight and nothing was coming out. And this one actually only took me about 3 manicures to finish the rest of it because it got really thick and gloopy. It just takes forever to dry. I didn't enjoy it that much for my last manicure. I actually also posted on Instagram to ask you guys if I should go ahead and finish it or wait for my next update, and all of you guys said just finish it already. So I did that and I'm glad I finished this one. So this is a swatch of it. You can see it's kind of a lighter purple kind of color. It's really pretty though. I'm really glad I finished that one. I'm not sure if this is a little bit loud for you. I kept the patio door open because it's such a nice day outside and it's a little cooler outside, but I hope it's not too loud. I can hear some constructions going on outside, but hopefully you guys will be okay. Anyways, so let me show you the rest of the colors down the line. So first we have this darker kind of deep purple blue shade. This one is from Julie G. The color is called Dancing in the Dark. This one I only used probably once or twice, so I didn't make much of a progress. That's where I that's where I was last time, and this is where I am now. Very little progress, and if you guys remember, I was actually pretty sick of this in the past few updates. For whatever reason, I think this one I started to like it again. Maybe because even though it's dark, but it's more like on the vibrant side because it's shimmery. It kind of reminds me of a summery night. So I'm really glad that I got to enjoy it once again. So I wouldn't feel so bad using it or keeping it around, but I will continue to use it. But I do feel a lot better about this color now. Next, we have China Glaze Exotic Encounters. This one is a cream formula, and This one, sadly though, I started getting really tired of it. That's kind of like a flip. I really like this guy, and for whatever reason this month I just didn't feel like it anymore. So I was only able to use it, I think, twice as well. So that's a little progress I was able to make. Not a whole lot, but also this color is just so dark and it reminds me of the fall season. So I just don't want to use it anymore. I mean, I'm not picky about what color I should use during what season, but it's more like to match my clothes. When it's warmer outside, if I want to wear, like, say, a bright coral shirt, this one doesn't really match it, you know, so it gives me less reasons to use those darker shades. So I probably would just keep it in my project for a little while. Maybe I'll come back to it every once in a while, but I don't think I will be making good progress on it for a while. How many times can I say a while? Next one is also a very dark shade. This one is kind of a matte finish, but this is from Maybelline and the color is called Ageless Olive, and they call it a vintage leather finish, but I think it's just a matte kind of finish. Anyways, it's a really dark green color, almost it comes across as black. But this is my progress, pretty good progress, I would say. That's where I was last time and this is where I am now. So there's a little story behind this. I was just painting my nails, but this huge chunk of like blob just came out with it. It wasn't like solid, but it's more like a yogurt texture, kind of stringy, you know. I don't know what happened, and I've never seen this in any other polishes before, no matter how old they are. So I don't know what happened. Maybe it has something to do with the leather finish, I imagine so, but anyways, like, it didn't really affect my application for my manicure. All the rest of the bottle or the polish that's left in it still works just fine. So I don't know what happened with it, and then that chunk was so huge that was probably like more than half of this progress that I just made. So I'm not too sure what happened with it, but I'm just glad I am close to the end now. Regardless, I think something has changed with this polish. I'm glad I'm about to finish it now. Finally, I had two lighter shades in my project as of last update. It's those two. So this one, it's kind of a metallic purple, light purple color. It's from Revlon. It's their perfumery collection. The color is called Moonlit Woods. I really enjoy this line because it smells so good. I can sniff my nails for a day or two afterwards and I can still smell the scent. I used it, I think, twice. So that's a progress I was able to make. That's where I was last time and this is where I am now. Not a whole lot of progress, but I'm happy with it and I think I can continue to use it throughout the summer, so I'm not too worried about it and I will just keep using it. And then we have this neon color. This one is from China Glaze and the color is called Shell O. I didn't use this very much before and I never really even used neon polishes to begin with, so this was kind of like a test run for me. I wanted to see how I feel about neon polishes in general, and I'm happy to report that I love it. I love this shade. I used it once on my toes, once on my nails, and it didn't go down very much. I think that's because how thin this polish is. I had to use 3 coats on my nails to have it opaque on its own, or otherwise I have to put like a white base underneath. Regardless, I'm not complaining or anything. This is like a fantastic shade. I love it. But my husband hated it. He's like, I don't like it, it's so bright. I was just like, well, you know, I don't care. I'm gonna use it. I totally love it. All right, so you can see on my color wheel now, I have 3 additional shades. So there's like a story behind each shade pretty much. Like I said, I finished the Zoya Brittany pretty early on in the month, so I was really missing kind of a lighter pink nudish shade because all the rest of them are pretty dark. So I was hoping to find a lighter pink, or not exactly dupes, but kind of like borderline lighter reddish pink color. So I came across this little mini bottle from a collaboration between KVD and Formula X, and it's such a small bottle and it looks pretty, you know, it's just a lighter nudie pink, exactly what I was looking for. So I figured I could add it in and finish it. But once I swatch it out, I realized it dries so much darker than what it is in the bottle. You can see the color difference there. So I am quite disappointed about that, and this is definitely not a color that I was looking for. It's more like a dusty mauvey rose color, and it's so dark and it still feels like a fall pink shade. So I don't know, I regret that decision already, but I already added it and it's such a small bottle. I'm just hoping that I can finish it slowly. This is where I am. I haven't really used it before, so I still have a lot to go. If you watched my Paint My Nails With Me glitter gradient, this is the base color that I used. Oh, and it's called Lovecraft. And then I did this voting thing on my Instagram again. I haven't done a viewer's choice or vote for me nail polish choices kind of thing for a while now. So I did it on Instagram again. I was really excited. I picked 5 shades initially, and I wanted you guys to pick one for me, but you know, in order to make it like a collage kind of picture, I decided to make it 6 polishes instead of 5, just so that it looks a little bit nicer. Anyways, I was struggling to find a 6th polish that I really wanted to use, so I decided last minute that I wanted to add this Deborah Lippmann Mermaid's Dream color. It wasn't my first choice, but I figured, you know, it's one of the 6 and you guys are gonna vote. Who knows what's gonna happen? And of course, you guys voted my only polish that was not my first choice, which is, I don't know, weird, I guess, but I'm not complaining. It's still a very summery and pretty shade. So that's your voting result, and this is what I'm going to be using now, and that's where I am. It's a brand new bottle, never used it. I have swatched it a couple of times, but that's about it. It's a lighter green color, and it has a lot of shimmer and some darker like teal glitters inside. It's very pretty, so I do look forward to using it. And here is a swatch of it on the color wheel. You can see that it's really shiny and pretty. It's not really a dual chrome, but it kind of feels that way a little bit. But this is 2 coats on the color wheel. It's not opaque by any means. I can definitely see through it still. If I have this on my nails, it wouldn't be opaque. So I probably would use it more like a topper, or maybe I have to use 3 coats on my nails, which will take forever to dry. So for that reason, I realized maybe I can add a whitish color. So I added this one. This is actually what I have on my nails right now as well. It's not like a white, it's not a stark white, but it's kind of like an off beigey white, and I think it's fine. This is from Color Club, and the color is called Poetic Hues. So I decided to add this white one because it's gonna be a good base for both this green and glitter shade, because it's sheer, and also will be a good base for this neon color, so I don't have to use 3 coats for the neon. So for that reason, I decided to add this whitish color as well, and also it looks pretty nice just on its own. That's where I am now. So you can see that I added 3 polishes for all different reasons, and that's fine. You know, I have a pretty full wheel now, but I have to say I am not 100% satisfied with my color wheel selection. I did post a picture on my Instagram as well. That was maybe last week. I posted that color wheel and I was so happy with that palette, but sadly that's not what I'm working on. Hopefully I can maybe knock out a couple more shades soon so that I can add more colors from that wheel, and we'll see about that. I don't want to just add in like 10 more colors and completely forget about the dark ones. So I'm gonna do it slowly, and hopefully I can make good progress on both of the lighter ones and the darker ones. As for the darker colors, I probably would just use them on my toes a little bit more. I would use more of those lighter shades on my fingers. So that's my update now, and I know it's a little bit longer than usual, but I feel I need to explain to you what happened here. And like I said, I am kind of okay with this color palette right now, but not like 100% happy. So let me know if you have any suggestions, like what kind of color I really miss in here. I feel I could use a light blue, you know? So things like that, just in case that I want to add something next month. Maybe we can do a voting on my YouTube in the next update. So if you enjoyed this video, please click like and follow me on my Instagram. You can see that I do a lot of things on my Instagram if you want to see like a mid-month update or whatnot. And subscribe if you want to see my next update and how I do with those polishes. And thank you guys for watching. Bye.